What up, what up, what up? Hello, awesome people of the internet. Y'all, LSU had a little bit of a scare at halftime, losing by 10 points to Alabama. Then the third quarter comes, last year Poa gets in the game, and it's over from there. LSU beats Alabama 85-66. I did just want to come on live and talk about this game because I was like, oh, are we going to see another upset? I really thought that we were going to have an upset in this game. I really did. After the first half was over, I was like, okay, all right. LSU was looking pretty bad. They, in terms of defensively, they didn't look good. Offensively, they had zero rhythm. And it was time for Coach Kim Mulkey to make a change. And she made a change. And the change was putting last tier Poa in and having her start the third quarter as the point guard for the LSU Lady Tigers. And that did the trick. Last year, Poa as the starting point guard for the second half, of course. That opened the floodgates for this team. As she led the charge, basically, got LSU onto a huge run in that third quarter. And it was over from there. It really was over from there. And I would say this is one of those things that makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder. My question to you guys is, has LSU found their starting point guard? Have they found their PG1 in last year Poa because of how great she was in that second half? It was the tale of two quarters. It really was in this game because LSU looked kind of like dead on arrival, kind of, right? You know, the first half wasn't good for them. The first quarter wasn't good for them. They only scored 14 points in that first quarter, and they had Alabama scored 23. Alabama, they were moving the ball, they were making stuff happen. Yes, they were fouling quite a bit, but for LSU, they just couldn't really get into a rhythm. They couldn't get into a rhythm, and it was an issue that was started up top. So, you know, while Hailey Van Lith has been trying to do this point guard thing, I think this game has really made it clear that last year Poa is the starting point guard for this team. Because you saw it was a tale of two halves. You saw the first half, Hailey Van Lith as the starting point guard, tried to do something, didn't work, get into halftime. I assume that Kim Mulkey lit into these players because she was probably like, y'all, what are y'all doing? This is trash. This is not how we play. And they did two things in the second half. They pressed, and they had last tier Poa controlling the floor. And from there, defense led to offense, led to smart passes, led to smart plays, and led to buckets for LSU. And I will just say this, like, last year Poa, the reason why she is so good for this team as point guard is because she is a true point guard. She is. Last year Poa is a player who doesn't really score. She doesn't look to score. She doesn't necessarily care if she scores. Today she had, and to make my point about her not caring about scoring, today last year Poa had a career high in points. Now, if you're wondering what was her career high, was it 25 points, maybe 30 points, maybe 20 points? No. Last year Poa had a career high today of, drum roll please, 11 points. Yeah, You heard me right. 11 points is Flau'jae's career high. And if that sounds wild to you, well, it kind of is in a way. But it really just shows how much of a pass first point guard she really is. She doesn't care if she shoots. She doesn't look for her shot. Sure, if in the flow of the game she gets a shot off, great. But other than that, she doesn't care. And I think that is what separates her from Hailey Van Lith being the point guard. It's what separates her from Michaela Williams trying to see what she can do as point guard. You need someone. Yes, I'm not saying that point guards shouldn't look to score, but I'm saying for this team in particular, because they have so many weapons, you need someone who can harness those weapons. You need someone when the play falls through, instead of getting the ball and driving or jacking up a shot or something like that, say, hold up, let's reset. And that was something that we saw Flau'jae do in that third quarter. Slowing the team down. Okay, all right, let's run up, let's run a play, let's run something, because Flau'jae knows what Kim Mulkey wants. And she knows what Kim Mulkey expects from the point guard position, and she just does it. Sure, if she scores, great. She had 11 points today. She also had 4 assists in this game, 6 rebounds, and another thing about Flau'jae that I think makes her, in my opinion, point guard 1 going forward for LSU is the fact that this girl got some defense. She can draw some charges, and we saw that in the NCAA tournament last year. We've seen it this year. I believe she's at 28 charges that she has drawn this year. And it's kind of cool. It really is cool to sort of see Flau'jae really, really find her groove. In my mind, she is a starting point guard for this team. It's just night and day. Let me know in the comments what y'all thought about what Flau'jae did today. Not a flashy player at all. She's a system type of player in my mind. And that's exactly what LSU needs. That's 100% what LSU needs. And she got it done. So let's see what y'all got to say. Queen says LSU definitely said not on my watch, and they came back and are about to take yeah. KRL says with Poa at the point, they look great. They do. They absolutely do. JB says LSU game was a tale of two halves. LSU spotted Bama 10 points in the first half and outscored them 58-18 while starters were in. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It really was a tale of two halves. Absolutely, JB. And the differences between the first half and the second half for LSU was 2 things. They decided to press on defense. And they put Flau'jae as the point guard for the start of the third quarter. And that really did change a lot of stuff. KRL says, I feel like they definitely found their point guard 1. Yep, I think so too. Antonio does agree with that. Says, yes, they finally made the right decision. Yeah, I think they've realized it. I think Kim Mulkey is like, yep. Experiment over. Experiment over. Also, while y'all are here, if y'all can hit that like button, that would be amazing. That would be so amazing. We got 110 people in the chat. Thank y'all for joining. Super Bowl is about to start soon, so we are going to make this live stream real fast so we can go and watch the Super Bowl if y'all are watching the Super Bowl. Let me know in the chat if y'all watching the Super Bowl. But if y'all can please hit that like button, that would be amazing. Marcus says that's dominance right there. Golly, yeah. That second half absolutely dominated. And to just sort of share my point, in the third quarter, LSU had 30 points in the third quarter. You want to know how many points Alabama had? 9. 9 points. 9 points in the third quarter, and it was because of that hardcore defense. Hardcore defense from LSU. And they were bought in. They were bought in. And in the fourth quarter, LSU slowed down a little bit. They had 24 points in that fourth quarter, and Alabama had 16 points. But they just show that this team does have the potential to be very successful. They do. They have the potential to be very successful in the NCAA tournament if they play like this. Yes, Alabama is not the best team in the world. I'm not saying they are. But for us to see such a dramatic difference between the first half and the second half, it shows that if they just do what they did in the second half, the whole game, consistently, we got a really good team. We got a really good team on our hands in terms of LSU. So I do want to know what you all think about this. I do want to hear what y'all think. Brandon, thank you so much for the super chat. Brandon says, why would Kim gamble with the point guard position? Well, I think that Kim Mulkey was not convinced that Lansing was the future point guard for LSU. She wasn't convinced of it. And Hailey Van Lith wanted to come over. Hailey Van Lith wanted to try her hand at point guard. And Kim Mulkey said, okay, come on over. You're a top transfer. Let's see what you can do. Let's have you run the point guard position. And, Kim Mulkey has tried to have Hailey Van Lith sort of figure it out, trying to figure out how to actually play the point. And they've been teaching her and trying to get her ready to go. But it just shows that, it shows that it's very difficult to teach specifically a shooting guard to be a point guard, because they are so much shoot first, pass second type of deal. And I think that in this game today, I think that Kim Mulkey has realized that, you can't gamble anymore. It's you kind of have to go with last year Poa. And again, we are recording this. We're doing this live stream literally right after the game, and so the press conference isn't done. They haven't done the press conferences, the post game pressers. So I am very much interested to hear from Kim Mulkey what her takeaways from this game are, and if last year Poa truly is the starting point guard for this team, because I'm not sure how Hailey Van Lith can go back to being the starting point guard for this team. I really don't see it, because Brandon, I don't think Kim can gamble anymore. It was fine to gamble earlier for the other games. It was fine, but now it's a very stark difference. Very, very stark difference. So if last year Poa keeps playing like this, she has the role. She has the role, in my opinion. She has the role. Rich says Super Bowl predictions. Prediction on Usher's first song. I think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. I am a Kansas City Chief fan. I was a Kansas City Chief fan before Travis Kelce ever started dating Taylor Swift. I've been ever since they drafted Patrick Mahomes. I'm a huge football fan, huge. My family's a huge football fan, family. So I've been a fan of Kansas City since Patrick Mahomes was drafted. And honestly, before that, I was a fan of. Even then, I was a bit of a fan of Kansas City, because I don't know. It's something about them. It's something about Kansas City that just feels like, I don't know. It feels nice and feels. Also, I'm a huge Andy Reid fan. Andy Reid used to coach for the Philadelphia Eagles, and y'all, the Philadelphia Eagles was my team. Yes, it was the Chicago Bears, but second was the Philadelphia Eagles. I love that team. And Andy Reid used to be the coach of that team. So a prediction for the first song for Usher, I'm gonna say yeah. I think yeah is gonna be the song, but we'll see. Our dog says I think she gambled because it looked like they were going to lose. Gambled in putting Last Tirapoa in the game. Yeah, maybe. I also want to talk about Angel Reese. Darius says if Angel plays for Team USA again this year, the way she was playing today, we will win just about every game. Yeah. So yeah, let's get into Angel Reese, because Angel Reese, she has had really, really great games this year. Ever since she came back from she's out for several games. She came back. It feels like she is like a slightly different person. Meaning that she is just gonna carry everything on her back. To her detriment at times. But she has really, really stepped up. Today she was pretty efficient from the field. She was 11 of 20. She had 27 points in this game. And y'all, she had 19 rebounds. Yeah, 19 rebounds. And 8 of them were offensive rebounds. Yes, some of those offensive rebounds were from her own misses. But Angel Reese just continues to impress. And the thing that I love the most about her game today, it wasn't her points. It wasn't her rebounds. It was her passing. It was her passing, her getting her teammates involved, and how excited she was to do that. So if you all had a chance to watch that game, you would have saw that there were a couple of times that we saw Angel Reese get the ball to Flau'jae and for Flau'jae to score. And I know that there were comments about, does Angel Reese and Flau'jae get along? Well, let this game show y'all that clearly they get along well enough to play some basketball. they get along well enough to play some basketball. I thought both of those players played very, very well today. In terms of like points, Angel Reese was for sure the highlight of it, but Flau'jae had some big buckets. It was a 3-point shot that she took off of an Angel Reese pass. And then there was this really cool behind the back pass from Last Tirapoa to Flau'jae Johnson on a layup as well, and that was pretty awesome. So overall, I thought that this team really came together in the second half. The first half, nope, didn't have it. Second half, yes, they did have it. And they made some stuff happen. So I would say that was a huge thing. Wesley says Reese and Big Foe chest bump. Yeah, they did do that. Yep. Matthew says, does Poa have the best name in women's basketball? Maybe. JB says, when they're clicking, the Angel Anissa connection is crazy. Yeah. And the reason why it's so crazy is because these players are very similar players. It's just that Anissa is a little bit shorter than Angel. They're both like players who are all about the ball. They want the ball, they're players who know how to read where the ball is coming off of the basket to get rebounds. Like we know that Anissa Morrow can get you 18 rebounds. Also, Angel Reese can get you 18 rebounds. They're players who are like very tough competitors down low. They want the ball. They also want to see their teammates succeed, and so they're not, in my opinion, not selfish with like taking it myself. You know, if there's someone open, they'll look to pass and whatnot. But I think them two gelling is key. Angel and Big Foe gelling is key. And last year Poa being the floor general is key. For them to have any type of success in the future. But really playing defense really was key as well in this game. Let's see. Mo says they finally playing defense and got them a point guard. Good for them. Rich says, "Ayy." Mark says, "Did you notice Betts is back for UCLA?" Yes, Lauren Betts is back for UCLA. So that is absolutely huge news because Lauren Betts was out for a couple of weeks due to some sort of illness of some sort that we still don't know about. But yeah, she was back in this game. She balled out. Extremely efficient, 90% from the field. She had 18 points in this game. Lauren Betts, when Lauren Betts is on the court for UCLA is a very tough team to beat. Without Lauren Betts on the court, UCLA looks suspect. UCLA looks so suspect when Lauren Betts is not on the court. But if she's on the court, UCLA is a hard team to beat because they run their entire offense runs through Lauren Betts. And Lauren Betts is able to get her guards good shots because the defenders are so focused down low on her. And sometimes it leaves the guards in a better position to get a three or to get a to get a jump shot because the defense is so focused about what's happening in the paint because of Lauren Betts. And so I am very much happy that Lauren Betts is back. Shout out to her. I hope she's doing well. We don't know what happened and why she was out. But still prayers up for Lauren Betts and that she stays healthy. And that it all works out well because she's balling. When she's on the court for UCLA, she balls. All right, let's get into some of y'all other comments. Wesley says LSU bench is the weakest link and going to cost LSU no depth. They don't have any depth. They don't. And I would say it only hurts them when players get tired or players get in foul trouble. So we'll see. It's gonna be tough for them to make it the rest of the season with a 6 or 7 man rotation. Like it's gonna be very, very tough. Can they do it? Sure. But it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be absolutely tough. Vibin says, I love watching Morrow play. Yeah. Anissa Morrow's the best. Absolutely. Prince says, do you think that Haley should just come off the bench? I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I'm a little bit conflicted on this one. Also, if you guys are on here, if y'all could please hit that like button, that would be amazing. Please hit that like button. All right. So I would say that I think that Haley Van Lith, I'm sort of waffling whether or not she should come off the bench or she should start in place of Michaela Williams. Yes, Michaela Williams deserves to start. I am just not sure about whether or not I'm not sure what we'll get basically from Haley Van Lith if she comes off the bench. So that's why I'm sort of like, I don't know. I can go either way, honestly, with either Haley Van Lith starting or Michaela Williams starting. though maybe I lean a little bit more towards Hailey Van Lith, because she has been, a starting shooting guard in college basketball for a long time, and like last year she averaged a bunch of points as the starting shooting guard. Yes, she was with Louisville, but still. So in terms of experience and whatnot, Hailey Van Lith, of course, has way more experience doing that. And then Michaela Williams coming off the bench would just be, it'd be great. Like that's your bench production right there. That is your bench production. But yeah, we'll see what Coach Kim Mulkey decides to do, because yeah, they do need some help on the bench. So either having Hailey Van Lith or having Michaela Williams come off the bench, that immediately helps their bench production. Because yes, Lansing Poole comes off the bench right now, but like Lansing Poole is not scoring. She's coming off the bench and being a facilitator. So that's what I would say. Joe says, is her last name? Is her name last year? No, last tier, TEAR. Last tier Poa. Timothy says you would damage Hailey Van Lith's mindset. I would like, that's something to consider. That really is something to consider, especially because Hailey Van Lith has been a starting point guard in women's college basketball for a long time, and has been very successful at it. So I would maybe give her the edge, and then just sort of weave Hailey Van Lith, Michaela Williams, and Big Foe, just sort of weave them in throughout the game, but have the starting lineup be Lansing Poa, Hailey Van Lith, Flau'jae, Anissa Morrow, and Angel Reese. KRL disagrees, says Hailey off the bench for sure. I feel like Williams has more chemistry with the other starters than Hailey. Let's see. Prince says, do you think that Michaela can play the point better? Better than last year Poa? No. Better than Hailey Van Lith? Maybe. So yeah, that's my response on that. Kentucky Lucky says, I think Poa deserves to start. Hailey Van Lith or Michaela Williams start depending on the teams. Poa had 11 points. Yeah, she did. Yeah. Career high, 11 points. JB says, not really sure who should be coming off the bench, but I am sure it shouldn't be Poa. It's head scratching to not start her as point. They're clearly at their best when she's on the floor. Yeah. I think that's something that we've all realized today. Kentucky Lucky, you might as well just give up on the Velez thing. Velez is not going to have an opportunity to play. We've gotten through so much of the season so far that if Velez was actually going to really get an opportunity, it would have happened by now. It hasn't happened, so I think Velez is she's not really going to play at all for the rest of the season. Let's see. All right, so that's kind of my recap of how LSU did. I do want to make sure to talk about Alabama to give them their flowers, because I thought that Alabama had a really good start in this game. Yes, they did come up the losers in this game. However, the first half, they were giving LSU a run for their money. They were playing good defense. They were getting LSU to miss, and when it came down to scoring, you were able to get some points on the board, right? You had darn it, what's that girl's name? You had Aaliyah who was balling today. She had 19 points in this game. You had Cody, who, yes, Cody got fouled out in this game. But But defensively, I thought Essence Cody, for those who not Cody McMahon, Essence Cody, who plays for Alabama. I thought that she, the goal was to frustrate the bigs down low, right? And I thought that Essence Cody did that. Essence Cody tried her best to battle against Angel Reese and Anissa Morrow. And when it came down to it, she got fouled out. And that hurt them a lot more. that hurt them a lot more. I would say that, another player who I thought was really good today was Loyal McQueen. Loyal McQueen is a player who's coming into this season, Alabama's head coach, she talked about Loyal McQueen and how excited she was to have Loyal McQueen back and what she thought Loyal could do this season. And I think Loyal McQueen is a very, very good player. She's a player who can get you with some threes. Alabama as a team can get you with some threes. I think it's very interesting about this team because a lot of their points are 3-point shots. A lot. In a similar way, Alabama and Utah are like similar teams. Because they really, really do look for the three. Like Utah is a team that it's either three or paint shot, and that's it. With Alabama, yes, they'll shoot some other shots as well, but it really is 3-point shots is really a key for this team. And yes, those shots didn't necessarily go down as much in the fourth quarter or third and fourth quarter, and they kind of ran out of gas. But I thought that Alabama did the best they could. Gave them a run for their money in the first half, and then it was over in the second. Wesley says LSU needs more 3-point shooters. Yeah. And you would think that LSU has 3-point shooters, and they do kind of, right? In terms of Haley Van Lith can shoot threes. Michaela Williams can shoot threes. I think that when you look at the team and why they're not as productive from the 3-point line is because I think it all starts with Haley Van Lith not being in her natural position. Her being the starting point guard, she doesn't get the passes to. There's a certain way you need to pass the ball to a shooter. To make a quick spot up three. It's not just any old pass. You need to be able to give them the right pass where the ball is when they grab it, it's coming right to them, right in a shooting pocket, and they pull up for a shot. And so I think when it comes to Haley passing it to Michaela, it's not in her pocket for the most part for her to be able to pull up and hit a shot. And in terms of like plays, a lot of times they run plays and it feels like their plays have broken down, and they don't really know how to kind of get it back together. So I would say that's Haley not being in her natural position is the reason why they're having an issue with the 3-point shot. With the 3-point shot, when it comes down to making a change with Last Tier Poa as the starting point guard, I think we're going to start to see these 3-point shots happen for LSU because Haley Van Lith will be in her natural position. She will not have to really worry about passing like that. It'll just be okay. Let me get my shot off. Let me get my shot. Let me get in the right spot for my shot. And I think that's going to help a lot when it comes to 3-point shots. And once Haley Van Lith starts to get her shot going, the opponents are going to start to key in on that, and then Michaela Williams is going to be able to go off on 3. So I think I think it all starts with Coach Moki deciding to give up on the experiment of Hailey Van Lith as the point guard and go with Laster Poa, put Hailey Van Lith in her natural position and watch her work. Lonely Music says LSU is a very good get to the paint type of scene. Yeah, they are. Let's see. Carol says, yeah, Hailey Van Lith's passing sucks. Wesley says Hailey Van Lith was supposed to be the 3-point shooter. Yeah, she will be once she gets back to her natural 3-point or natural shooting guard position. Carol says, I hate how Hailey Van Lith passes to Angel and Anissa as well. She puts them in awful positions. Yeah, because it's not, being a point guard is not just about passing someone the ball. It's not just, okay, they there you go, there's the ball. It's not about that. It's about how you do it. Not all bounce passes are made the same. Not all chest passes are made the same. Not all lofted passes are made the same. There's a certain touch that you need to have to set up your teammate for success. And that's something that is a skill that is very difficult to teach. You either have it or you don't. And Hailey Van Lith doesn't have it. And that's okay. That's okay. She's still a phenomenal player without that. Matthew says, hit that like button. Thank you, Matthew, for reminding everybody to hit that like button. If y'all can hit that like button, be like Matthew and hit that like button. That would be amazing. Thank you. Ant says that jab step, drive, spin, layup that Angel did was a thing of beauty. Yeah. Angel Reese can get in her bag, Yes, Angel Reese cannot. Looks like we got a fumble. All right. Chiefs got the ball, y'all. San Francisco got a fumble, turn over the ball. Now it's Chiefs ball. All right. So let's get to the rest of y'all comments. Mark says, do you think Iowa can win even if Caitlin has an off game? No, I don't. No. Easy question. No. Yeah. Angel Reese had several really good passes in this game. Like she keeps saying that she loves to pass the ball, and as these games continue on, it continues to she continues to show us that she's a good passer. Sure, she still needs to get better at at hitting jump shots, That's something that still needs to improve. But like in terms of her ability to get to the basket, in terms of her ability to get her teammates involved, in terms of her ability to rebound the ball, she has it. So, all she needs is just a little bit more of a shot. And I think she'll be good. Lonely Music says, I call it the Poa touch. Matthew says, Michaela Williams reminds me of Simone Augustus. Simone Augustus was fire. She was fire back in the day. The Tiger says, Iowa is Clark. They have no consistent production past her. Yeah. I mean, Hannah Stokey had a phenomenal game the other day, and then today, she wasn't that great. They just need more consistency. They really do need more consistency. JB says 1 and 2 seeds got to be praying on the LSU seeding. They got one of the scariest 3 and 4 seeds in recent memory. Yeah, Yeah. Facing LSU as the 1 seed is gonna be tough. If you're a 1 seed and you have to face LSU, that's gonna be tough. It's gonna be very tough. All right, guys. Well, I wanted to just hop on here and talk about the LSU game that just happened. Now that we've got through that, I think we're good. The Super Bowl is on right now. So yeah, I'm gonna start really watching that. I'm kind of watching it from the side of my eye. But it's muted. So yeah, I think we'll probably wrap this up pretty shortly. I do want to see any last thoughts y'all might have. Any last thoughts about women's basketball that y'all have? Let me know, and we'll talk about those, and then we will be done for the day. The Tiger says yes. Bluter lets Clark do whatever she wants to do. I mean, yeah, she's their best player. So, and she's their only hope. So, I mean, I get it. I understand why she kind of gets free reign. But even though she has free reign, I do believe that there is a respect. There is a real respect that Caitlin has for her teammates and her coaches. Nina says, I feel like they might be more consistent without Caitlin Clark because they would need to be. I don't think so. JB says, aside from Caitlin Clark, I think Kate Martin might be the most important player for Iowa. Yes. You need a consistent third punch, and when she's hitting, they are tough. Yeah. So it's, in my mind, it is Caitlin Clark, of course, number one for Iowa. Then it's Kate Martin, and then it is Hannah Stokey, and then it is Gabby Marshall if she's on. But Gabby Marshall is very, yeah. But if Gabby Marshall's on, she could be a really good player as well. Nina says, this is how I learned the Super Bowl Sunday. Really? Timothy says, do you think Maryland's going to make the tournament? Right now, I don't think so. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think so right now. Christopher says, sorry, Q, I'm late. But you were right. I was wrong. I thought South Carolina and UConn would be close. You said no, and just lastly, what is the Super Bowl snack/meal for tonight? So my family is over at my parents' house right now watching the big game. My sister left me some wings, so I'm gonna eat that. that's gonna be my Super Bowl food. I'm not gonna go over there since I was doing the live streams. I was like, you know what? I'll just do lives, and then once the live is over, I'll just focus on the game. But I'm not gonna travel anywhere. So yeah, my food for the night is chicken wings. Chicken wings. Let's see. Buck says, hey, Van Liv, get Force on them. Poa is a better fit as point guard. Yes. Nina, you funny. Nina said, I would rather do literally anything than watch grown men get TBIs for funsies. Thanks, RC. I appreciate it. Thank you for rocking with me. Oh, Joe said they went to school with Simone. That's awesome. Yeah, she seems like a cool lady. KRL made a hotel dip to watch Usher. Just to watch Usher? Oh, Rotel dip. To watch Usher. That's all you watching? You just watching the halftime? You ain't watching nothing else? Just halftime? RC says I can eat chicken every day. Yeah. I kind of feel that. Well, I can eat chicken every day for about a week, and I'm gonna eat something else. I'm gonna eat something else instead of just chicken. But yeah, I could eat it for a whole week. All right, guys. That is the stream. I do appreciate y'all for rocking with me. I really do. Y'all have been absolutely amazing. I really, yeah, it really is great to hop on live and be able to talk to y'all. Yeah, y'all are some rock stars. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the support. I hope y'all have a phenomenal rest of your day, rest of your evening. Have a safe evening. Enjoy some food, enjoy some family, all that good stuff, good vibes all around. We'll finish off with Joe saying, I rather continue talking that to I'd rather continue talking than to watch the Super Bowl. RC says it's time for me to be mean to Gabby Marshall. I can't take it anymore. That is really funny. That's really funny. All right, guys. Tiger says I never could have watched the SEC tournament. Love y'all. Kentucky Lucky says go Swifties. I mean Chiefs. Yeah, yes. Christopher says you're the bomb. Going to go and watch the video of South Carolina / UConn. Everyone hit that like button. Yes, y'all. Listen to Christopher. Christopher said hit that like button. So please hit that like button on y'all way out. I will see y'all later. Thank you so much. Go Kansas City Chiefs. That's what I'm gonna leave y'all with. I will talk to y'all tomorrow for another edition of Women's Basketball Weekly. And until next time, guys, I appreciate y'all. Till next time. Bye, y'all.